It is now my honor to welcome to the Ojai broadcast Peppie Wiersma, the artistic director of Ludvig, as well as the director of Festival de Nacht van Elektra. That's correct.
Very good.
She is also a timpanist and percussionist. And we also have Ingrid Geerlings here, the principal flutist of Ludvig. If you've been tuned in last night, you heard Ludvig on the Rake's Progress, and they are involved on so many more pieces this year. Welcome to the Ojai broadcast.
Thank you.
Let's start off with what has been your experience with just Ojai first? Being here, the atmosphere, the people, the energy.
Well, it's quite special. I think I've never been in a place like this before.
Mm-hmm.
It has this nice mix of really interested people in modern music, in a beautiful surroundings of mountains and Californian trees, and which is unusual for European people. So I'm really in really different surroundings. And everybody's so friendly, and we're so honored to be invited at this festival. It's the biggest honor we've had in the few last years. So yeah, we're very proud of it too. So yeah.
So let's start with Ludvig, the ensemble. Like, how did it start, and what is its core belief?
It started out about 7 years ago. We're from Holland, and there were some pretty bad budget cuts in the arts budget in Holland, and there was a lot of stuff going on, really negative stuff and blah blah blah, and everybody was sort of feeling around, well, what's going to happen, nobody knows what the future's going to bring. And so we thought, you know, we have to get together and put something positive up against that. So that's what we did. We started with a little group of 6 people, and we thought, okay, so if we start up a new group, what do we want to do? Do we just want to play concerts, or do we actually want to also look beyond that, not only concert halls, but also in all other places where people might enjoy music that don't yet know it?
And can I ask a question you probably answer a lot? The name.
Yeah.
Where does it come from?
Yeah, Ludvig. We've thought about the name, of course, a lot, and several things. And suddenly Wilmar, our double bass player, came up one morning and he said, we have to be called Ludvig, because he's the first real entrepreneur in music, actually. He organized his own concert. He wrote of course, his own artistic music, actually, you know, his own individual expression. And he really managed his own life and his own financial matters completely in a different way than a lot of other composers at that time. So it's kind of a joke, you know, Ludvig, everybody loves the name, everybody knows the name, so it's really easy, but it's also got that sort of background.
Fantastic. So can I ask you, I've seen the program, I've seen that you guys are playing a ton of pieces. Can I ask about the rehearsal process and how you guys can just put this all together? I mean, it's crazy.
Well, I think the big secret is that we're friends.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Good start.
And that helps also musically. Mm-hmm. So you understand each other without talking. Because I pick my own second flutist. The oboe, we are friends. She picks her own second oboe. So you know from the start that you get along really well. You can say everything to each other. So you can work really, really fast. And we're also friends with Barbara. Some people know her for maybe 20 years, maybe longer. So you're amongst friends. It's like feeling like you're in a youth orchestra, but we're old. But it's
right,
the spirit
camaraderie.
It's the spirit of a youth orchestra, and that helps a lot.
So
we
that
don't.
energy helps you get in the trenches a little bit. And,
It's the secret. Yeah, it's the secret is the energy.
Right.
So it saves us a lot of talk and discussions. We start working immediately, and the rehearsal process is so fast, and we don't need so many rehearsals actually.
Oh, great! Yeah, actually, I had the honor of hearing you guys do Pulcinella this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Man, what a great piece! And you know, one of the really cool things which we talk about in the broadcast is the option, if you're here, to come sit in on these rehearsals. It's totally free.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And you hear the whole piece, and it's brilliantly performed. It's a really nice treat.
Yeah, it really is. I think it's really exceptional as well, because I don't think know any other place where you can do that, and I think it's a real treat for people and a really good idea, because people, you know, sometimes they don't know, shall I go, shall I not go, shall I pay, blah blah blah, and you could just have a little taste of everything and just walk around, and I think it's really great. Super.
So Ludvig, you guys are known for really putting together a wide variety of programs and composers from old to new. How do you go about, one, championing this repertoire, that's I guess all repertoire, and two, picking your repertoire?
It really depends. I mean, we get a lot of questions for programs from festivals or concert programmers, and they just basically say, "What would you like to do?" And then it just goes like that. We know a venue, or we see a place, or whatever, and something inspires to think about a first piece, and then you sort of make the program around it. And of course, now the programs are all made by Barbara.
Right.
And it's really great because we have the same sort of feel of making programs that, can entice people to want something they don't yet know. And I think that's what we really also enjoy. One of the fun things we're going to do here as well as the ballroom program.
Oh yeah, I'll be dancing. Come on out, because you'll see me dancing. Yeah, I'll be there.
Excellent. It's just a bit of fun, and people love dancing. And usually you have a dancing school and you have all recorded music and stuff, and we just want to play and interact and see. So I think that's one of the things we also really like to do. Just test the water, see if people are willing to take their shoes off or put their shoes on and go.
Now, are there members of the ensemble who feel more closely with certain kinds of repertoire, or does everyone do everything?
No. We actually, per program, we pick the people that are for us, the most
ideal.
Yeah, ideal for the program, which gives a real great sort of scope, because some people love contemporary music, others love early music, and we can really per program actually adjust the group. So we started out with 6, but now we're about 300 musicians.
Oh, amazing, amazing. Yeah. So you mentioned our director this year, Barbara Hannigan. Can you just talk about just your collaboration with Barbara Hannigan?
Yeah.
The most beautiful thing is, and I think your co-host
Steve
already told you, like, she feels part of Ludvig too.
Right.
She immediately said, when we started the collaboration, I don't want to be called like the conductor or the chief conductor. I'm a member of Ludvig.
Right.
And that's how the collaboration is. And that feels very nice. Of course, she's the conductor. I mean, she decides. We're not like we decide, but you feel that you have an option to start the music yourself and have contact immediately which direction we will go. She's very flexible and has very nice musical ideas. I like what I so much like. I adore her, and I think I love her too. I don't know.
I think everyone does. It's hard not to.
Yeah. It's a person you want to love. She's so adorable, and I like that she also with her singing and also with conductor and our playing. She doesn't go for let's play the most beautiful. No, let's play which is functional to the music. So you are allowed to play ugly too if it contributes to the expression.
Right.
And that's I think her talent. To go to boundaries, beyond boundaries, and the color fields, that because you take that step, but you don't have to play beautiful and perfect all the time. Just go for the emotion. Go for
the music.
Make the music, not the notes, but the music and the emotion.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to add anything, or?
I expect that's why it's also been so great having this collaboration over the last 7 years now, because when we got together, like Ingrid said, we've known Barbara for a long time, and she was one of the first people we thought when we started out Ludwig, we have to talk to Barbara about this because it's exciting and she loves those kind of things. So we got together, and that was just about when she was starting to sort of experiment with conducting. So we did a concert with her, first singing, and then the next concert she was conducting. It was really the first big thing in Amsterdam that she did. And then slowly it's grown. We did the CD together,
right?
Which was also the Girl Crazy
CD.
She's absolutely amazing. She sings and conducts, and actually we sing too, which is people who are going to be here in the concert are going to.
Right, I heard you guys singing a little bit in rehearsal.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So you mentioned the album, which Crazy Girl Crazy. Can you talk about this album and just the process of making it and what went into it?
Well, it was part of our tour last year. We did this program, and then because it worked so well and the result was so good that we talked about it. Like let's put this on CD. And the good thing that we had played it, all over Europe, so we were ready to record. So the recording was just after a Europe tour, and also that went very fast. Like it was really we were onto it. And then we won a Grammy, which was like, I mean, we're such a young ensemble, and this CD, because of also her singing, which is amazing, has won a Grammy. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what the process was, but it worked.
Yeah.
yeah.
And now, of course, this is for her also the next step, the Rake's Progress, where she conducts the whole opera and, of course, has selected the singers, made this whole amazing equilibrium program with all the young singers, which I think is fantastic. So we can see her develop, and we're just going along on the ride, and it's just really amazing to see her, the way she expands her own talents, but also of other people's. So
Right.
it's a really great thing to be together on that.
It must be really incredible. I mean, you mentioned winning the Grammy, but actually this also won a Juno. It
yeah.
also
Yeah,
won
lots.
Gramophone
I know. Yeah,
magazine,
wow, this-
Gramophone
yeah,
Award. So like
stop.
this won
Yeah.
like every possible
Yeah.
award you can CD
Yeah.
could win,
Yeah.
and it must just felt just exhilarating to know that you've just made something that the world generally appreciates
Yeah,
and
sure.
is
And it's-
a work of art.
Yeah, and especially because it's not an easy CD, you know. It's quite, you know, the Go Crazy is of course very accessible, but the album Berg is, you know, it's for people who don't know that kind of music. But I think that's also so great because you mix these things and people get to know the one and the other and stuff. So it's really cool. And the good news is we're going to make a second CD.
That's what I was going to ask.
Sorry.
No, great.
Yeah.
So what is it? What is it? Give us a little sneak. Oh, it's a secret.
No, it's
Oh, it's
not
not a secret.
No,
Great.
no. We're going to record the Haydn 49 Symphony, which we're going to
The
be playing
La
here.
Passion?
Yes, La Passion, and the Grise that we're going to do here as well.
Wow.
Yeah. And
4
Barbara's gonna
songs
do
across
the-
the threshold in
Yeah.
English.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't dare say the French. You say the French? Can you say it?
No,
Can you say the French?
Well, if I know the title, I
Oh,
can
you have to see it.
remember it.
quatre chants something.
So you mentioned last night's The Rake's Progress, which was our opening concert here at Ojai, and what a way to start this festival. I
Yeah.
mean, it's so cool when they bring in opera as the opener. Talk about the production and making this version of Rake's.
Yeah. I think it's also really amazing because it's directed by Linus, and I think Barbara didn't know him before she worked on this production with him, and so it's also, and he's made something really amazing out of this because it's very simple actually, the staging, and it can be in all sorts of, we've done it in concert halls as well, or in Brussels. And it's really very simple, but so to the point, and in that sense, I think also really fits the way Barbara thinks about the music. You know, it's really to the point. There's nothing too much, no elaborate, all sorts of things. It's a really great. I think it's a fantastic production, and I think the audience really enjoyed it last night.
Right, and you guys have been touring this production around. This
Yeah.
is like the nth performance. How many have you done?
We've done now we did 2 staged ones in Brussels, and then we did 5 in Europe, in Amsterdam, Paris, Hamburg, blah, blah, blah. And then here once in Ojai, and then we'll be going to Albury in England, the festival,
Fantastic.
and we'll do the last one there. And hopefully, maybe continue next
More,
year.
a great run.
Yeah.
I gotta say, so what was really nice about being on the broadcast and the video, you haven't seen the videos yet, but they have these incredible shots all over stage, and one of them is of Barbara from the front conducting, and the audience can really see how just energetic, and her face and her hands and her mouth, and it must be just as a player just inspiring. I mean, you tell me.
Yeah. As a musician, you just look at her, and you know exactly how she wants you to play.
Right.
That's fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, and that's because she's a conductor, but she's also a musician.
Right.
I mean, you can be a conductor, you can be a singer, but to be a musician, like to feel the music and to use your whole body, everything to express that music. Well, that's her big talent, and we just use that, you know. Yeah, it's really,
And
really
of course,
nice.
she's sung that opera many times, so she knows it inside out, and that of course also gives a complete sort of overview of. It's cool.
Yeah, so there's Ludvig, as I mentioned already, is involved with many, many more shows coming up, including 2 flute solos. I know, very exciting. Debussy Syrinx and the Nussen Masks.
Yeah.
Talk about those 2 pieces and maybe the Nussen concert in general.
The Nussen concert in general is like a tribute to Oliver Nussen, because Tom Morris and Oliver Nussen were friends and knew each other very well. So we make this tribute because he sadly died this year. And well, this will be a fantastic program with all me. I'm starting the solo piece, and then violin and piano have a duo, and after that there is the quartet, I think, oboe quartet.
It's a little mix of all sorts of
Right,
little
and
chamber
spanning
pieces.
the life of Nussen, beginning with he was 18 when he wrote Mass. Did you know that?
No, I didn't actually.
That's his earliest
Oh,
work.
wow, I didn't know that either.
Well, it's very mature for an 18. I mean, it's an amazing piece, but I mean, if he was 18, it's even more amazing. Yeah, yeah. It's very fun to play.
Well, thank you both for stopping in on the broadcast, and you're going to hear a lot more of Ludvig coming up.
Yeah.
Facade, Grise, Vivier, Pulcinella. I mean,
You name it.
Gershwin.
Yeah.
Really, we're here tons more. Thank you for stopping in, and we look
Thank
forward
you.
to hearing. Thank you.
Thank you very much.